Welcome to Oyo State, the Agribusiness Industrial Hub of Nigeria. I would like to thank everyone present here today, both in person and virtually, for your participation. Your presence here demonstrates that you share a deep interest and commitment to growing Oyo State, and that you have the confidence to undertake more investments and explore opportunities for partnerships in our agribusiness sector.
Let me use this opportunity to welcome you all to the Oyo State International Agribusiness Summit 2025. This gathering is a reminder of what collaboration and interconnectivity can accomplish. It represents our commitment to transforming agriculture from a subsistence activity into a modern engine of inclusive economic growth. I went with Debot, we went to Israel, and I asked a question. After seeing the agricultural output, I said, how many farmers do you even have here? The whole of Israel is at 10,000. I said, well, in Oyo State, at least in the data given to me, I thought we had close to 50, 60,000 farmers, but our output is probably like a fraction of that of Israel. So I told them, you need to go and check all these names and phone numbers and everything, and behold, it reduced to less than 1/10 of what we thought we had. So, for inclusive economic growth through agribusiness, we definitely will have to industrialize. And this is what we've been doing for the first 6 years of this administration, focusing on agriculture as one of the key drivers of Oyo State economy. So this summit provides another opportunity to speak to the strategy we have adopted over the years, leading up to this summit theme, expanding Oyo State's economy through agricultural industrialization. The vision has remained consistent to move Oyo State from potential to productivity, and also from productivity to prosperity. If you look at when I was coming in, nobody will believe me. So, you want to be governor of Oyo State? I said, yeah, if you permit me, I'll be. And they basically said to me, but you've never been a councillor, you've never been a member of the House of Assembly, you've never been anything politically, and you just come in and you want to do up step and jump. So the only way to convince the people was to put pen to paper, and we developed a roadmap for accelerated development of Oyo State, 2019 to 2023. And I gave it to them. And I said, look, hold us accountable. Just use this as your marking scheme. Over these 4 years, as we accomplish some of the things mentioned in there, then you can tell us if we're doing great or not. And when it was time for me to seek for second term in office, I was sleeping in my bed. And I said, if you like, vote for me. If you don't, for us gathering together. Sorry, let me also recognize the MD of First Bank and other partners that are here. I know you've committed quite a bit to this summit, but as a reward, the $400 million from Dr. Saginga, I will make sure that they pass it through First Bank and some of the other banks. So you come back to me, one good turn will deserve another. And doctor, please, $400 million, we're ready. If you bring the check tomorrow, you can be sure that Oyo State is open and ready for business. So the idea of agriculture solely as a business, was not a popular concept. The government was providing subsidies to support subsistence farming with no clear strategy to support large-scale agriculture and little to no coordination between policy, infrastructure, research institutions, private sector investment. And where I sit as the governor of the state, within 20-kilometer radius, you have IITA, International Institute for Tropical Agriculture, you have Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria, you have National Cereals Research Institute, you have IAR&T, International Agricultural Research and Training Institute, and we ask ourselves, so as a state, what have we done, to bring in all these institutes where they're carrying out research, where they're doing quite a bit to improve the model that we're using. And we decided that, charity will begin at home. And we partner with IITA to start with. And for cocoa rejuvenation now, we are partnering with both IITA and Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria. So we believe that to change our narrative, we must do something. And we did something. We formed Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency, OYSIAS. This was created as a special purpose vehicle and dedicated implementation engine. And like you've attested to, from just that idea, we're creating a solid foundation for agribusiness development in Oyo State. So the roadmap that we adopted, has been treating agriculture as a business. We've been creating infrastructure, youth and women employment in agriculture, research-driven production, also financing and investment. There's a decision we just took, I believe, at ESCO, maybe 3 or 4 ESCO before now. The vehicle that we use to give our farmers a loan is called ACOS, Oyo State Agriculture yes, the guy running it is anyway. They gave loans to farmers, and suddenly the policy of the federal government was to import produce to this country to crash the price. And we said, okay, so it may be okay at this particular moment because you're paying less. But for next year, it will be a big problem because the farmers, they will all make losses for this year. They will be selling their produce at less than the cost of production. So they'll be out of business next year. So it's either you continue to import those produce, or you need to do something to the farmers. And we told ACOS, don't even bother about asking the people to pay back immediately, because we already have a problem. Take a medium to long-term approach, to deal with that issue, and even give them more money that they can pay back. Over a 3 to 5 year period. We also use data. I was explaining to MD of First Bank this morning. He asked me for, excuse me, he asked me for data and what we're doing on mechanization. And I said, well, I see some of my colleagues, when they say they are doing agricultural mechanization, what you see is you see tractors on TV, and then to them, that's mechanization. And I said, we actually we scrapped in Oyo State the tractor unit of the state. And he said, so why will you do that? I said, because from the data available to us, we met tractors abandoned inside the bush at Fashola. So if you give them new tractors today, 5 years' time, you won't see any of that. So we said, okay, we scrapped the unit. We asked private investors to run that business. And we still subsidize for the farmers. If you want to clear 10 acres, come to us. You bring your money for 5 acres, we will bring for remaining 5. And you go to private people who are managing that business to give you tractors to do that. And if you tell me you're clearing 10 acres, I have Google Earth to see where you've cleared, whether you've cleared that place or not. So we're leveraging on technology. And we've also had institutional reforms. When we came in 2019, we started by connecting all the zones. Dr. Saginga's village, Fashola, we connected it to, Fashola is in Oyo zone. We connected it to Seyi. We connected Seyi to Ogbomoso, Seyi to Ibadan, and then Seyi to Ibarapa. So the only one we're working on that will complete the connectivity is Erua to Ibadan. And work is far gone in there. So once you have connectivity, and I also explained this morning that you may not see it, what Oyo State has been able to achieve through institutional reform. But the only way that you appreciate it is, please go to any of those produce belt for us. Let's say Seyi, for instance, or Erua, and you will see trucks coming to take produce from Oyo State, and they will be facing one direction. It's either they're going to Ogun State, Lagos State, or Edo State. So that means we're actually producing quite a lot, but because it is not happening at the same time with our neighboring states, you're not seeing the impact. But I think very soon, I think they will catch up with us also. But we are also not going to, we're not going to sleep. And also the SAPZ project. There are 2 zones, the Ijayi and Erua zones, that is coming on to complement Fashola. Land preparations are ongoing in there. We've had investors onboarding also going on. And the 2 zones will become operational. And also investment-ready clusters that will drive job and exports. And let me also say this. Yes, it's good to talk about import substitution. But our approach is not just to substitute import. When you take that approach, you're limited to your own internal market. Whatever efforts we are making should also be good enough to export and earn foreign exchange for Nigeria and Oyo State. So let me welcome you investors from all over. One thing that I think you can take away from this interaction is that this will be an opportunity to deepen public-private partnership in Oyo State. And we will do everything possible to support genuine investors in Oyo State. I believe Mr. Popola is here. I was the sugar, Mr. Adequaji rather, the brown sugar factory. They were going to mess him up, but Oyo State decided we will invest our money because the jobs that will be created will be for Oyo State people, but the produce that will come out of that place will be for the entire country and also for export. So finally, here are a few things that we offer. One, abundant arable land with favorable climate across multiple agroecological zones. Two, a young, trainable workforce. Dr. Saginga alluded to that just now. Proximity to Lagos and Nigeria's largest consumer market. Emerging industrial hubs with infrastructure and security. A government that listens, responds, and partners. And finally, a commitment to policy stability and continuity. Those 6 things you can take to the bank as far as Oyo State is concerned. So this summit is not just for presentations. It is a marketplace for ideas, partnerships, and investment decisions. So I encourage every stakeholder to engage fully, explore opportunities, and connect with our team. Remember, the work ahead is bigger than any one institution. It requires collaboration between farmers, processors, technology providers, financiers, researchers, and government. But together, we strive to build a state where farmers produce competitively, processing industries thrive, youth find meaningful careers in agribusiness, export-oriented clusters emerge, rural communities are safer, richer, and more connected, and agriculture continues to thrive as one of the strongest pillars of our economy. This is the Oyo State we're building. A state that leads, a state that innovates, and a state that is ready to feed Nigeria and contribute to Africa's agricultural transformation agenda. So I want to sincerely say thank you to you, our partners, both local and international, for believing in the Oyo State story. I thank our farmers, extension workers, processors, and entrepreneurs for their resilience. And I thank every investor here for choosing to be part of our journey. The next chapter of Oyo State agricultural industrialization begins now. I know I only have maybe 17 months to go, but I won't disappear completely. I'll still be available to guide, to advise, and to continue to make my contribution, because I think I got into the office too young. I should have just go out and retire. But by the time I'll be done, I'll be 59. Even by retirement age all over the world, I should still have 1 year, at least. So I want to say, let us build this Oyo State vision together. I thank you and God bless you.